Yo, what's good on YouTube's Legion here, and I'll be back at it with another video for Gotham Knights. Now, if you guys know, yesterday was a big information drop for Gotham Knights, and you see right here, we got the abilities and the momentum skill tree reveal for each of the Knights in the game. So this is going to be pretty nice because we can see what we can actually build, but build-wise for these characters and the potential that they can actually have in this game, which is pretty cool. Now, since we do a Nightwing, let me know in the comments which one you want me to do next, because it reveals for all the characters, so I have all of them. So this is gonna be pretty interesting. So without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so let's get into the skill tree. Now for the first one we have is the Raptor tree. So for the first skill we have is perfect evade. When Nightwing does a perfectly timed evade, it generates momentum and allows for a perfect follow-up attack, which is pretty nice. It's basically like a counter when you do a perfect evade. So that's pretty much it when it comes to the skill. Now for the next one we do have is basically a stat stick. Basically Nightwing gets a 20% critical damage increase, which is pretty simple and easy to be real. Now for the next one we do have is the Nightwing's pouncing ability is automatically followed by a high jump on an enemy. Now this is his momentum ability, the pounce ability, so it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how this works. But as you see at the bottom, it cannot be used when Nightwing is under a low ceiling. So I don't know, it depends on the area that you're in if this is going to be used or not, but I don't know. We're gonna see when it comes out, when we get to use the ability for ourselves. But for the next one we do have is basically Assassin's Mark. When you mark the enemy, Nightwing and his allies do 10% more damage to the foe, which is pretty good, low-key. It fits the theme of Nightwing being the leader, so I like this move right here. It's pretty cool. So for the next one we do have is another stat increase. Basically it increases critical hit chance by 10%. It's pretty simple and easy. For the next one we do have is when Nightwing bounces off of an enemy, it does an aerial attack to propel himself in the air. It can be used 3 times in succession. So if there's a lot of enemies around you, you can pull this move off as much as you want because it's pretty easy to do from what it looks like. So that's gonna be pretty interesting. So for the last one we do have in the Raptor tree is basically another stat stick. When hitting an enemy with a melee attack from large distance, it increases the critical attack chance and the critical damage by 15%. So that is the Raptor's tree. So the Raptor tree seems like more of a stack increase when it comes to your crits and your critical damage. So that's pretty interesting. So for the next one we do have is Acrobatics. So with this Acrobatic tree, I feel like it's going to be following up on his aerial attacks. So let's see. So for the first skill we do have his aerial damage increase. So it's basically 20% more damage on his aerial attack. So they started off already with the aerial since it's acrobatic, understandable. So for the next one we do have is basically he gains another momentum bar. So if you guys know, momentum is basically where you can perform your momentum abilities, like the ones Nightwing already has, like the one we seen where he can like do like the ice elemental thing with his staff. That is the momentum ability. So we could gain the extra one right here in the skill tree. And for this one, we get the increase of the generation of the momentum tree by 15%. And the way you can generate momentum is by defeating enemies and doing perfect evades. So that is how you're able to generate this. And if I remember, I think if you hit enemies, you can regenerate it as well. So for the next one we do have is basically his evade chain. So we've seen the evade chain already. It's been in the Nightwing and Red Hood gameplay that we got a while ago, but you know, we already know how it works. He just does multiple flips in the air. Like, it's pretty much simple when it comes to that. So for the next one we do have is another thing with the evade chain. So basically at the end of evade chain, he does like an AoE around him that can knock down enemies. So we have a pretty nice description, or like not a description, like an example of what it does. So this is what it does. It's pretty simple and easy. He just does the perfect evade chain and knocks enemies down. It's pretty simple. And of course with the evade, you basically generate some momentum when you're doing this. So it's pretty simple and easy when it comes to this evade chain momentum. So for the last one in the acrobatic tree, we do have when using the momentum abilities, it restores a portion of Nightwing's health. So basically you just get a health increase when you use momentum abilities. It's pretty simple and easy. So let's see what the pack leader skill tree has to deal with. Dang. Oh my, wait. Family ties increases Nightwing defense and resistance by 10%. Working with allies grants an additional bonus. Wait, Batgirl melee damage increased by 15. Red Hood's range damage increased by 15. Robin stealth damage increased by 15. Dang. So it's gonna be pretty nice to have Nightwing on your team, to be honest, getting all those buffs. Okay, that's not bad. So we have another one. When Nightwing health is at least 70%, he gets a 5% defensive bonus, scaling up to 20% of his health. Not bad. Not bad. It's starting to fit the theme of the pack leader. He is getting a lot of buffs with this one, especially when it comes to his teammates. Nightwing's momentum regeneration over time. Regeneration stops after filling one momentum bar. Gaining any momentum activates the regeneration again. Working with allies increases the regeneration speed. Interesting. So basically, when you get that one bar of momentum and you do any action to perform to get more momentum, it starts the regeneration again, and it increases when you're working with allies. That's pretty cool. Let's see the next one. Passive skills increase damage, critical chance, defense, momentum regeneration, and ultimate cooldown are shared with allies at 50% of their value. Dang. Oh my. You get passive damage increase, critical chance, defense, momentum regeneration, and ultimate cooldown by 50% just by having them on your team. Nah, that's crazy. Let me see. Nightwing darts inflicts elemental buildup on enemies or can heal allies over time. Interesting. So you can shoot your allies and they'll basically heal them, and if you shoot enemies, of course, it builds the status for the effect. Let's see what the next one. Nightwing darts also reduces enemy defense by 10, increase damage inflicted by allies by 5 for 10 seconds. Okay, that's not bad. That's probably gonna be good for bosses. They could get through bosses faster. Nightwing darts can be used to instantly revive an ally from afar, maximum 1 per night. So if you die one time, you can get revived, but if you die again, then that's pretty much a GG. Okay. Let's see what the knighthood tree. We already know about the glider, and that's pretty much, we know about that. Nightwing can shoot 3 darts at once instead of 1. That's nice. What's the next one? Nightwing's melee attacks can strike enemies further away. That's nice. Defeating the enemy reduces Nest ability cooldown by 15. What's the Nest? What is that? Increases the size of Nightwing's nest. What is Nest? This is ability? I never seen. What is the Nest? Nest damage is increased by 150 and the healing effect increased by 100%. Interesting. Okay, but what is this Nest? Increases the number of attacks Nightwing's melee combo by 1. The last hit is a knockdown. Okay. Now let's go into his momentum abilities. So we already know with this one, basically when Nightwing shoots out darts, it does higher damage on a closer proximity to enemies. So we see right here, it does say guard break. So it can break the enemy guard on the large enemies. Now I'm not sure about the smaller enemies, but I don't know. I know 100% it can break the larger enemy shields when it comes to that. Let's see the next one. What's this one? Oh yeah, this is the skill tree I was talking about last time. Now we've seen this one in action when he was fighting Harley Quinn, where he sent like the little ice elemental things, little swipe. I mean, we've seen that already. Now, of course, this is the pounce ability that we talked about earlier in the skill tree. This is how the pounce ability looks like. It inflicts damage and knocking them down. And of course, if you remember, you can do multiple jumps once you do this in succession. And for the last one is the nest. Now, I have not seen this nest. Let me see. Nightwing creates a nest around himself and allies, granting a large defensive bonus, healing over time. The nest also inflicts damage over time to any enemy that steps inside. The duration is 20 and it does fear. Interesting. Okay, so that's basically like his ult. Now, he does have 2 ultimates. He does the one where like he does like the spinning breakdancing move. So that's probably the other moves that's not unlocked right now because there are 4 missing. So that's interesting. Okay, I didn't know about that. The nest. I think it might be decent when you're in a boss fight. You can just stand in one area with it. Okay, that's not bad. Alrighty, so overall for Nightwing, it seemed like he's gonna be a heavy support character. You could really get some. I would really say the Raptor tree is worth specking into a little bit in acrobatics. So at least get to like these right here. At least get to these. Like these are all right, but like fill out pack leader. Pack leader has some crazy damage increases, stats increase just for allies overall. Like it's a W 100% when it comes to Nightwing support wise. He can do damage and can support his allies by a lot. I like this. It's pretty nasty. So let me know how y'all think about this when it comes to Nightwing skill tree and his momentum abilities. But that's pretty much it. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it so far. This is the end of today's video. Before we head out, if you guys are not, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on post notifications so there's a video and be notified when I upload a video. And most importantly, make sure you guys hit that like button. Now, I do live stream on Twitch, so if you guys want to come out to the Twitch stream, the link is below for that as well. But yeah, it's Lejeune here, and I'm gone. Peace.